Today is the 235th anniversary of the Haitian Revolution, one of the only slave insurrections in history that led to a government being comprised of those slaves afterwards. I'll also partially tell you why Haiti is in such dire economic straits in comparison to the surrounding islands of the Caribbean. All right, to set the scene, think of everything bad you've ever heard about slavery. That was Haiti. Even in comparison to the other colonies, French slave masters on Saint-Domingue, Haiti, modern-day Haiti, were the worst by far. Part of the reason for that was that 1 in 2 slaves from Africa brought to modern-day Haiti would die of malaria or some other disease within 1 year. So the slave masters there did not give them anything, the worst conditions for everything, on the assumption that they can maximize profit since these slaves were going to die within a year anyways. It got so bad that the King of France passed a code on the treatment of slaves throughout the French Empire, and it was routinely ignored, and even went so far as the islands would reverse some of those codes. What they forgot was that the slaves outnumbered them 10-1. So the Haitian Revolution had its roots in 1791, but it wasn't until Britain and Spain both attacked the island. This is the part of history where it now becomes Haiti on one side and the Dominican Republic on the other side. But it wasn't until 1803, when the French and British were at war with each other, when the Haitians were able to fully take control of the island. So this is the part that connects it to the modern day. France sent an invoice basically to Haiti, telling them that they need to pay back all of the expenses and losses of the French citizens in Haiti. That was the price to pay for France and thus the world to recognize Haiti as its own independent state. So then Haiti, always being impoverished because they're paying back a massive amount of debt, wasn't able to be credited by any other banks other than French banks who understood, or like the government gave them special regulation to be able to give Haitians loans. And so they also had predatory loans for everybody in the island anyway. It wasn't until 1947 that Haiti was able to fully pay back its debt, and that's after France had reduced the terms. So now you have an entire country that was former slaves, extremely little infrastructure because slaves didn't survive that long, and there were very few French people that did survive that long. There's no way to build more infrastructure, and the thing that made it so wealthy was its ability to grow sugarcane, and now sugar is mass produced at a wide scale. Do we see how all those jigsaw pieces fall into place and paint the picture of modern day Haiti?